It's a quick video overview of the house at 5616 Brown. So basically here, we're gonna start on the outside, then we do the inside. This metal column here might need to be repaired. It could be welded and anchored. This column here, because it's damaged, but with termites, my recommendation would be to replace because this is a supporting column. This other column here is damaged as well. So again, also that the column is replaced. Now this 4x4 wood is not that expensive, so that could be done very, very inexpensively. Here we have drills for the poison on the termites. So they basically poison around the perimeter, and so all the way around the house. We have some cracks. This is not inside your house. This is the outside. Obviously, it's not foundation cracks. It's cracks because concrete cracks. That's the nature of concrete. So I'm going to take you around here. There's a little bit of damage on the eave, and there's also some staining, but it's not into the house. It's just outside on the eave. It's recommended that this plant be taken away from the structure because it will bring more termites. So this is called efflorescence, and what happens is with concrete gets wet, and basically the sun beats it up. It gets behind the paint, and that's what happens. Give me 1 second. Okay, so how do you fix that? Basically scrape it, put a new layer of concrete, and paint it. So that's how that works. Does it mean that your foundation is going to fail? No, because it's basically on the outside. So now on the roof, I got on the roof, and it seems to be a newer roof. And I'll show you on the other side. They should have replaced some of the trim, and these trims are called 1x1s, and some of them are damaged. These 1x1s are damaged in the on the patio cover. All right, we're gonna go through the house, so we can continue on the outside. We'll come back in the house. But as I walk through the house, this threshold here needs to be basically replaced because it's damaged. That one. Let me take you again. I'm going to continue walking through here so I can take you to the outside. The latch on these sliding doors, they do not latch. They do not work. So what they're doing is they're putting a piece of wood, or they put in this metal to hold on to the sliding door, but the latch does not work. Okay, so we'll continue on the exterior. This is basically a gutter system. People don't know that this is a gutter system. So the water is supposed to come through this and drain, and it has a lot of debris up there, so it needs to be cleaned out. Again, more concrete cracks. You could either fix it or you could leave it alone. It's not going to get any worse than what it is. So again, it's not a foundation issue because you are outside. We got a little bit more minor termite damage in some of these beam supports. It does not mean that you need to replace them. They just termite damage there. There's more termite damage on this column right here, and there's also on this column needs to be secured. It has a little bit of damage. All right, so on your pool, I checked the swimming pool. And coming around here, it's a sand filter. I did not see any leaks or anything on it. The only thing that I have is that the water pressure, the pressure on the filter is supposed to be between 15 to 20, and it's about 5. So what that means is most likely there was some air bubbles or some air gap. So it might need, the lid might need to be tightened. Sometimes there's an O-ring that might need to be replaced. All right, this needs to have a ground wire. So basically it's a wire a copper wire that goes from the ground to the unit, just to protect you and protect the unit. This is the shut off. It has an on and off. It's a timer. It's kind of, very effective timer. Now they're digital, but that works just as well. Not a problem there. That was a good thing that they have that plant away from the house. Again, you want to keep all that stuff away from the house. Some of these column caps are loose in some locations. But overall, the fence is not in bad shape. I'll show you on the other side. On the surface of the pool, what they have is the system that they have is supposed to be pop-ups. You can see that. I'm not sure if you can see it at the bottom, but it doesn't seem that the pop-up system is working. How the pop-up works is that they, just like the name implies, they pop up in sequence and they send the dust to the drain, and the drain will pick it up and throws it into the filter. That's why they're using a skimmer, because the pop-up system does not work. They are filling it in with a hose because it doesn't have an automatic filler. Some pools do, some pools don't, but typically that's how it is. The shed here, this is outside the scope of inspection, but I went inside just to see if there's any termite damage. However, there's a lot of storage in that shed, so it's hard to see anything there. So, but it's a good sized shed. It doesn't seem to be damaged by termites, so that shed is in good shape. There's a loose column cap over here. Again, you could fix those by using either liquid epoxy or an epoxy for concrete. All right, let me take you to the hot water heater. There's a couple of things in the hot water heater. I'll take you over here. This door doesn't have a knob. So on the hot water heater, there's a little bit of rust on the couplings. That would be on this metal piece right here. You can see it there. And then the emergency, what they call the temperature relief valve, that should have pipes, be piped outside. And also it might need a drain drip pan underneath. All right, that's on the exterior and the hot water heater. So let's go inside. I'm just going to take you to the spots that we need to look at for repairs. Not much to repair internally, but I pointed out for you. No problem with the appliances. You don't have a built-in microwave, but the stove works. The fan, the exhaust and the fan and everything else in there works. Electrically speaking, all your outlets, I tested them, they worked. There's only one cracked tile right here. Be able to see it right here. See it right there. And then the air conditioning gave me a really good temperature of about 40 degrees for supply. This is just loose. It could be tightened in the back. Liquid nail or clear silicone will work. You put it in the back. Use tape to hold it, and then after that, you could after the glue sets in place, then you could remove the tape. This is a controller for a swamp cooler that you no longer use. There is up in the up on the roof. So in this room right here, we're just missing the doors for the closet. This is the only one that is missing doors. Let me take you into the master bathroom. Not much here in the master bathroom, just that this is a little bit loose over here. The vanity, just the cover, a little bit loose. They caulked it. They just have to secure it a little bit better. Then I'll take you to the hallway bath. Everything worked here temperature-wise. Even though the water heater has a little bit of rust, temperature was about 112, 115. The drainage on this tub here drains very slowly. So most likely the P-trap in here might need to be cleaned. But it doesn't mean that your drainage is backing up. It's just that this particular location might need to be cleaned out. So what I find in my own experience is a lot of hair in there, so just have to be cleaned out. No problem in here. You have newer windows, and I checked all the windows. They all worked, and there was no problem with any of them. So in conclusion, let me come over here and do the conclusion. Look at myself. So the roof is in good shape. Structurally, you're in good shape. Plumbing wise, you just have this that backs up. Electrically, all the outlets worked. And the termites, obviously the termite damage, it will be pointed out on the termite report. All right. I hope it helps. Bye-bye.